Some are just doubling down and really kind of sticking true to their roadmap and saying, this is this too shall pass, and it's a short enough time frame that we want to stay true to our goal statements and our delivery dates and things like that. Other organizations have completely said, wow, not only were we not ready for this, we see this as the new normal, and we have to pivot in terms of how we operate and how we rely on technology and things like that. So I'm a pragmatist. So largely when it comes to business agility, I think always be sort of prepared in that you keep a conversation alive. There's a leader in the organization who is very comfortable with change, and that is often referred to as a change agent, and somebody who can very easily adapt to things as they go. And then have something sort of on your docket, your regular cadence, which is a normal sort of agile ideology, to really just revisit the state of things and where you're at and what you want to achieve. Where you're gonna, where your goal begins and where your goal ends is often changing over time. It doesn't necessarily change as significantly as people think, but it changes enough to disrupt you and put you at risk. And so oftentimes it's just not even frequent, just periodic conversations about the state of your business, what you want to achieve, and how that is changing over time, that allows you to at least be prepared in some way for events that occur that you're going to have to manage. And then tie your digital transformation off of that. This is part of who we want to be. These are the things that are likely to happen, or we may not even be ready to prepare for. But we're talking about those things. And so when that day finally comes and you have to shift priority, it's not like you're talking about it for the first time, because there's a hidden risk there, which is just confidence. If you've never talked about something and then you're forced to make a decision about that thing, it's very, very hard to make that decision. I would recommend to all of my clients to say, keep that roadmap, keep revisiting the priorities, and make sure that conversation is alive so that there's confidence in your decisions.
Digital transformations, they don't have to be costly. I know many organizations, when they think of digital transformation, or if they go out and hire one of these big name consultants, they might get a sticker shock. I would urge them to think inward. The best stewards of what should be and how much of digital transformation you want to adopt is the organization themselves. I would advise them to seek out your subject matter experts who are open to change, identify those changes that already exist in your organization, and try to find out around what is the right balance for you to take the first few steps. Now, typically when people think roadmap and they think vision, they have this grand vision of 3 to 5 years, and that's great. Vision is great to have. That's how you can make progress. But at the same time, when time comes to execute, take a look at smaller chunks. Take a look at focusing on the next few weeks in front of you, instead of trying to quantify the entire roadmap and then calling it too costly and not doing it. I think that would be one other thing that organizations would look at. And every dime that you spend on your digital organization, be very almost adamant and require some return on investment metrics as part of it. So if you are changing a process from process A to process B, why did you do it? Be extremely intentful of that change, and then measure everything so you can prove to yourself as well as to your senior leadership that for every dollar you spend in your transformation, you're getting at least $1 or if not more back from it.